What's up guys? Today I'm going to show you how to use this sort of turntables, and this will be a beginner friendly video. So I'm going to show you the pure basics, and I will do one transition now in the beginning to show you how it's done. But it's done of course in real-time speed and not broke down to its pieces. So don't worry, I will explain everything I'm doing right now afterwards. So what you will be hearing now is what the stage hears, and that's basically what is up here on the faders. These are the volume faders, so everything that's up is heard by the stage and will be heard now by you. So let's move on a little bit further in the song. I will transition from drop to drop. So as you can hear, this song is now different. This song is down, the fader is down, so I can stop it. And still this song is playing. So let's stop this one too. So what was going on here is I was playing the song on this player. So first of all, these two are players. Here I can basically load songs on them. I can play them and I can change their speed slightly on here in the middle, and this change will then be used to beat match them. I will show you what I mean with that later. But what you want to do is basically transition from this song, or let's say from this player to this player, and then once you did the transition back from this player to this player with a new song, that's basically what you want to do when you're DJing, when you're mixing songs. And what's important to say is this one's here. I already explained here the volume fader. So in order for the stage to hear it, the volume fader needs to be up. Same thing for the crossfader. This needs to be in the middle to hear both songs. And these three are basically equalizers, which means they are filters that only show you part of the frequency band. In this case, these are the lows, the mids, and the highs. I will show you what I mean with them. So I will show you only the lows. Here you can hear the bass line basically. The bass line alone. Now this is only the mids without the bass. So we have a frequency range of maybe 500 to 5000, or maybe lower, 500 to 3000. And here we have only the highs, so 3000 above. And usually we use them to transition, and the important thing is basses don't sound good together. That's the rule. There are exceptions of course, but usually you don't want to play both bass lines. That doesn't sound that well. So what you want to do is basically when I'll do what I did. Basically when you start a new song, the first thing you have to do is beat match. That I will mention in a second. The second thing is once 16 bars pass, once there is a good moment to input a new song, you put it in. But you don't want to put in like both the bass lines. Usually you put in only the highs or highs and a bit of the mids. And that's what I did before. And then you basically start removing the highs of the first song. And usually the highs never clash, so you don't have a problem playing both together. So you remove the highs of the first song, and then you can play both mids. then slightly move the mids of the first song, and then you basically change the basses. So you have one bass and then you have the other bass. Then you can remove this song once it sounds good to remove it. Now I will show you basically when to put in a new song. That's usually 16 bars after the drop. So let's say this is the drop. Now it's 8 bars, and now it doubles for 16. And now I would put in this song. It doesn't need to be slow, you can just put it in. After 16 bars to the start, you can just start counting bars or just view here in the drop where's the middle. But usually you will just hear it. And you don't have to put it in slowly, you can put it in quickly, but as I mentioned, with the faders down, so the bass line doesn't crash. And yeah, let's do it again. And let me think how I can do it. Maybe one last thing to mention is in this case I did drop on drop, which means chorus on chorus, or just the loudest part, the climax of the song on the climax of the other song. That usually works well. What you can also do is on top of the first chorus, on top of the first drop, you can have the first basically the intro of the second song. If you have like beats in the beginning, if you don't have beats, you can't beat match. So always be aware how your song is built, how it's structured, and if you have beats in the beginning, then you can beat match it, and that will work. And if you don't, then just do drop on drop. So now we do it again, and I will show you basically what beat matching means. And in this case, I will play the second song with the fader up, so you can hear what I am hearing as a DJ, what I can hear on my headphones. As I didn't mention it, but I was hearing both tracks on my headphones before. And let's just play it again, and I'll show you what beat matching is. Usually when I start this song, the second song, it will be off beat, slightly off beat, and you will hear two bass lines playing at the same time. And I have to correct it by speeding it up or slowing it down, so the beats are in sync. But let me show you rather than explain. I'm going forward. Now it's already perfectly in sync, but let me show you. This would be when it's not in sync. You have two bass lines playing and it's a mess. Now it's back in sync. Now let's assume I put it in now. Now they sound good together. Now let's do the same. Let's remove the EQs of the first sound. Input more of this. And we did a transition again. So I'd say this is all the basics you need to know for beat matching, for mixing, for DJing. And I'll probably do a longer video where I just play for 20 minutes and I show you how that works in real time, and you can say maybe different genres, but now you know all the basics, so try it at home and enjoy.